What is up, my bodyweight warriors? Welcome back to another video. So this morning I wanted to take you through the routine that I usually do, but I don't do on the vlogs because I don't feel like talking to the camera as soon as I get up. But today I'm gonna share that with you. I usually get up between 8 and 9 AM, depending on when I went to bed the night before. The reason for this is mainly because I usually work later in the evening, so I'll be working until around midnight, simply because that is the time that I get the most stuff done. There's a great book called The Power of When, which is all about sleep archetypes. These sleep archetypes or chronotypes are all to do with what circadian rhythm variants you have particularly. So, I mean, your standard ones would be like the early birds, the person who's really awake first thing in the morning, struggles in the evening, and then your late owl. Somebody who struggles in the morning, like me, but is very good or does better work later on in the night. I'll link down below to a test, and then it gives you some like indication about where you stand on that spectrum. I also forgot to mention, as soon as I wake up or within like 5 minutes of waking up, I always do a heart rate variability test using a chest mounted Bluetooth heart rate monitor. And again, I'll link to the app and everything down below. Then I always start my day off with a cold shower, but you can't join me for this one.
5 minutes later.
And I'm not just a crazy person. I don't do straight cold shower. I usually do a couple of minutes of warm, 5 minutes of cold. If you want to know more about the benefits of cold thermogenesis, I did a whole video on it, how you can get started, which I'll link down below. Pretty awesome for you, and just a generally good way to wake up and start the day. Then before I have anything else, I have a big glass of water. Usually I'll put a big pinch of a good rock salt in there. I'll put 1 gram of vitamin C, and then I'll also put 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. While I'm drinking this, I tend to make highlight of the morning, which is coffee. Then, as the coffee cools a little bit, because I haven't got an asbestos mouth and I can't drink hot coffee, I do my 5-minute morning mobility routine, which is probably what you've been waiting for. And that is basically my morning routine. It's at this point now that I start working, usually around 9:30, 10 o'clock. It only takes me half an hour to do that morning routine. It is currently like 11 o'clock and I'm just about to grab some breakfast involving these frozen berries. The reason I love frozen berries, number 1, they are cheap. So much cheaper than fresh berries. Number 2 is that they're often more nutrient dense because they're frozen freshly in season and they don't have to be flown from different places if it's not in season, etc. And 3, because they're awesome in smoothies, they're high in nutrients, low in carbs, which is why the recipe for today is this, which is my kind of morning smoothie thing that I've been doing for the past few days. I'm trying to make into a habit. The reason for this is I'm just trying to reduce a little bit of time spent cooking. I love cooking. It's okay more in the evening, but in the morning I kind of want something that's very simple, very straightforward that I can go do and then get on with stuff in the day. So this is what I've gone for lately. It's like a high-fat berry avocado smoothie. It's the recipe of the day, so the full recipe will be linked down below if you want to go grab it. It's very simple. You can make so many different modifications. I added 100% dark chocolate, as well as a few different like superfood powders, so like spirulina, and I know I've already made this, but there's going to be a little short montage of how to make this thing. It's pretty straightforward. So this recipe is pretty high fat, loads of good stuff in here, a little bit of carbohydrates, and then a decent serving of protein. And for the protein, I personally use a mix of whey, vegan protein, and some collagen. Macros are on screen. It also includes some like fish oils and other things, which is why it's a little bit higher. Pretty awesome way to start the day. So it is now 3:30. I've just been programming basically day, and I now have Skype calls 4 till 6. I'm just gonna grab a snack that is gonna be basically my pre-workout for leg training later. So decent amount of protein, but there will be some more carbohydrates in there just to fuel that training session in a couple hours time. Somebody ate what I was planning on eating for lunch, so I don't know what this is gonna end up being, but it'll probably taste fine. And there is dinner, lunch, whatever you want to call it. Basically, I cooked up some rice and then added in some Thai Chinese spiced ginger and carrot with soy sauce in coconut milk, and then mackerel and coriander and lime juice to top. So it's kind of similar to that recipe I shared the other day, which was called the reverse lamb curry. It's kind of just spicing up your rice. Very simple meal, a bunch of calories, and I think I'm probably got about 2 minutes to eat this before I gotta go Skype some people, so. And work is done for the day. It is now 6 o'clock, so I'm just gonna grab a quick lower body session now, focusing on some middle splits, and then grab some more food. Let's go train. Gym is done. Only had like 40 minutes, so just did some HIIT on the rowing machine and then some middle split training, which I haven't done in like 2 weeks. It was a painful experience. Either way, it's now time to get some more food, which is what these days revolve around. That was a pretty epic meal. Wasn't the healthiest of meals, but it wasn't by any means bad. It's like a wrap, chicken, sauce, rice, and some veggies in there as well. And when they're 2 for 1, then you kind of can't say no. This is very much like liberal Tom, because before I wouldn't even touch anything that wasn't like remotely healthy. And now very much I'm like, if the opportunity presents itself, I'm going out with friends, whatever, I will just eat it because it's there. I'm not going to go out of my way, I'm not going to plan cheat meals or anything like that, but if it comes across, I'm not going to stress out. But it's taken me a while to find that sort of balance. But that does mean the macros for that meal were a little bit guesstimated, and so the ones for the day are as well. All I can say, it was quite a lot of food. But that is it for this week, guys. If you were interested in anything I talked about in part of the morning routine earlier, all the links are down below, as well as the recipe for that shake that I've been having currently in the morning. If you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up button and support the channel. If you have any questions or want to answer the topic for the next vlog, leave a comment while you're down there, hit that subscribe button, join the Bodyweight Warrior tribe. But that is it for this week, guys. Have a strong and healthy week. Peace.